From my seat in the very back of the 12-person plane, I get a clear view of our travel-worn team. The short trip from the Nicaraguan capital of Managua to the small town of Sayuna was our second flight of the day, and it shows. I don't let the fragile plane unsettle me, and once we've reached a humble 3,000-foot cruising altitude, I devote my attention to the beautiful Nicaraguan landscape below. Green dominates my view, speckled with huts, farms, small villages, and brown oxbow river bends that wind between mountains. As I appreciate Nicaragua's natural beauty, it's easy to forget the poverty that plagues much of the land. It seems as if nothing could grow up this green paradise. But as we descend, so do my daydreams of a perfect Nicaragua. I quickly remember the truth of their plight when we land on a gravel airstrip greeted by an airport staff of one man with an AK-47 assault rifle. The small town of Sayuna greets us with fresh air though, and I honestly don't feel out of place, even 3,000 miles from home. I'm here with a purpose, and my conviction reverberates with my fellow volunteers. After an hour-long ride in the back of a truck along pothole-ridden dirt roads, we arrive in the impoverished and remote town of El Hormiguero. We are continuing the construction of a maternity house to combat the highest infant mortality rate in all of Nicaragua. The second workday is followed by a friendly game of baseball with the local children. Our only sense of time is the rhythmic crack of the baseball bat echoing through the quiet village. The locals had the home field advantage, expertly avoiding the cows, pigs, and chickens we shared the pitch with. Just as any child would be, the local younglings are energetic and happy to share the experience with us. I was surprised in the natural skill of the children and wondered what success they could have if they had even a baseball mitt to spare. For hours, Julian tirelessly pitches the ball, just fast enough to make the children work every at-bat. His consistency is impressive, due equal parts to his athleticism and unwavering humanitarian mindset. I remember the expression of true joy that Julian wore during those few hours where time seemed to stand still. It didn't just come from playing the game he loved, but using it as a tool to create and share a memorable experience. Alongside the maternity house, that shared experience will live in El Hormiguero long past our stay, harvested by the many hearts of a new generation. Up steps Healthy Gordito, as the children called him, and I smile when he cranks one to right field. The fun lasts only as long as the light does, though, and so the sunset forces our farewell. We return to our quarters with tired bodies but full hearts, touched by the grace and gratitude of the community. But as I recharge and reflect, I realize the unfortunate truth about what the locals return to after the baseball game. A humble bed and homemade meal await me at our quarters. Back in the United States, air conditioning and hot water. The trip overall is only a short hiatus from those amenities in my high school studies. Although I learned to appreciate those things, I know that I learned a much grander lesson. The baseball game, more than anything else, showed me the absoluteness of poverty. I did not see the pain of a poor life imprinted in the children's eyes, nor an absence of passion or pride or affection. These places where I thought the effects of the underprivileged would be ever apparent were no more present than in myself. The same thrill of sport was felt, the same excitement and disappointment of competition. Where the scars of poverty lie is behind the unforgiving lack of opportunity that the unfortunate lifestyle imposes. The physical limitations put a low capacity on escape, stripping away all the utilities that the more privileged use to develop independence and identity. Instead, the experiences that shape an individual are reduced to almost primal ways of life, where the daily worries are not a homework assignment due, a common cold, or groceries to buy, but rather an education to attain, a disease to fight, or a meal to eat. The daily analogs that for us inspire creativity, growth, and connection are replaced by those which develop a blind eye to the world. The cycle continues, where each new life brought into our world is forced to endure the same hardships as its predecessors, often with no better chance at combating their unfortunate circumstances. Part of the joy devoting my time to the village of El Hormiguero was helping to change that unfortunate trend, equipping those lives with tools for improvement. The maternity house will provide hospice for new and expectant mothers, making each generation healthier than the last. For me, Julian, Gustavo, Cameron, Carrie, Daniela, Alicia, Akila, Spencer, Rachel, Sam, Mr. Albano, and Mrs. Brown, and El Hormiguero, this would be a baseball game to remember. Lives full of experiences so radically different and foreign came together with a common goal of fun. The baseball field was a great medium.